Not all instruments in the string quartet are written in the same clef. The violin is written in the treble clef, the viola in the alto clef, and the cello in the bass clef. The most scary for composers is often the viola in the alto clef. Don't be scared of it. Embrace the unusual nature of the viola being lower than the violin. It's not a violin, it's different. There are some exceptions, especially when instruments reach the higher ranges and higher tessitures. Ben, can you tell us how many ledger lines you're comfortable reading and when to go into 8VA?
Yeah, so I think this is it can vary with player, but for me, I kind of, when you get to 5 ledger lines, which is, if I do the maths right, that's a B, so here. So you've got 5 ledger lines, and the note on top of that is the C. As soon as it starts getting higher than that, I start to get vertigo, and I'd prefer to see, 8VA. The other thing is, if it's the odd note, if you've got a load of high stuff, then write it all 8VA, I would say. But otherwise, if it's going up to there, that's sort of almost instantly readable. Higher than that, use 8VA.
Robin, can you talk about how many ledger lines? Also talk a little about the alto clef and when you might want to change to the treble clef.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the viola uses a different clef. It's the C clef, and the middle line on the stave is middle C. Now, we also use treble clef for the higher notes. You've got to be careful with this, and I think about who you're writing for, because in my experience, most non-professional viola players actually don't like treble clef that much. And many of my pupils actually find it annoying, to say the least. So if we think about this note, which is G, an octave and a half above middle C, anything up to there, I would suggest you stay in alto clef. If you're going to go higher, then go into treble. But if possible, try to keep it in alto rather than the changes. It's the changes that throw people.
Cara, can you talk about the cello has the ability for 3 different clefs, possibly? Could you talk about that and how you like to navigate that?
So for the cello, we do have 3 clefs. Most of the things are written in the bass clef when we're doing our sort of normal bass line. And the tenor clef is a 5th higher than the bass clef. And I would generally go in, if I was looking at music, if you had a melody that went past 4 ledger lines, which is B, you could write something very easily in bass clef up to there. But if you were going much past there, I would go into the tenor clef. And the word of warning with the tenor clef is not to go too low. So try not to chop and change too much between clefs, mid-phrase, but don't go too low. It's fine to play a bit on the D string, but not on the G or the C string in the tenor clef. The treble clef, anything that's sort of past, I would say, A, and you can go, if you're writing a lot of stuff over the strings, actually it is easier to read in the treble clef all the way across. And you can go all the way up. This is A, that's A, B, C, D, E. And I wouldn't really go any higher than that for the cello.